rounds occur every 4 to 5 rounds, adding an RNG aspect to the game. The more 4-rounders you get, the better, as you will play faster. However, because they can occur on instas, which are much faster than normal rounds, monkey rounds can actually slow you down. So, in an ideal scenario, you would want round 162 monkeys, then 166 monkeys, which skip normal rounds, allowing a player to save, in some cases, 30 minutes to upwards of an hour. In a worst case scenario, a player could get round 163 and 167 monkeys, meaning they missed 2 insta-kill rounds. Essentially, if you wanted to get round 220 plus, you would need to play on PC and pray for almost 0 missed insta-kill rounds. Unfortunately, a round 220 would not occur for years to come. Although, in June 2014, a player named TCAR12 would reach above the 210 mark by achieving round 212, beating Mato's record by 9 rounds. The way TCAR was able to do this was by running traps almost perfectly the entire game. By doing this, he was able to save a good chunk of time by playing the strategy at near perfect speed, as well as never needing to trade out his thunder gun. By doing this, he removed mystery box RNG as he no longer needed to hit it. At this point, the only way his game would be affected by RNG was insta-kill rounds. Surprisingly, TCAR got extremely lucky with his insta-kill rounds. So much so, round 212 was practically maxed out. Because a majority of the community played on console, they couldn't run trade strat, forcing them to run traps. Problem is, TCAR played traps near perfectly, and he got pretty lucky with his insta-kill rounds. The only improvement that could be made was somehow getting luckier monkey rounds, meaning players could only achieve roughly 1 round higher than TCAR. Amazingly, it would only take 5 months until TCAR's record was broken. On November 22, 2014, an unknown yet talented player named AGD Owns would achieve round 213, practically maxing out the record on console. At least that's what everyone thought. You see, AGD took 3 downs in this game, was forced to trade multiple times, and had a 64-hour reset, 3 hours lower than TCAR's reset. So how did AGD save almost 4 hours of time? Well, AGD came up with a new way of running trade strat. Instead of running it mid-round, he waited till the round was almost over, save a few zombies, then trade out his thunder gun. Also, he would only do this if he knew the next round was not a monkey round. This allowed him to run Pack-a-Punch, which saved him a significant amount of time. On top of that, in TCAR's game, he ran MPL instas for 1 round to test how fast they were compared to M14, finding out MPL is 21 seconds per horde, while M14 is roughly 15 seconds per horde. This meant TCAR lost about 10 minutes in this game, allowing AGD to be ahead by 10 minutes. Paired with good monkey round luck, he was able to achieve round 213 despite having a lower reset. Surprisingly, a player would tie AGD's record after only 4 months. That player was Filipino. Philip is an interesting player within the zombies community. He rarely uses his mic, isn't super active nor well known. However, he's undoubtedly one of the greatest zombie players ever. To put in perspective how good he was, he beat the Kino der Toten record by over 7 rounds and tied the Ascension high round record when he was just 14 years old. Yeah, Philip was nothing short of a legend. Tying a nearly maxed out record at such a young age was mind-boggling to say the least. Despite this, there isn't much to talk about his record, as he ran the same strategies AGD ran, except for one. For rounds 1 through 50, Philip ran Power. Power was a somewhat old camping strategy for Ascension, created all the way back in 2013. Despite this, it would not be used for high rounds until a few years later, as it was much more difficult than Spawn. Although, because Power only had 3 windows, it was found out to be much more faster than Spawn, as it forced players to spam their weapons such as a thunder gun to survive due to the cramped area. In return,